Photographers are like candles. They light up rooms. They wiggle a lot. They're hot. They don't last very long in bed. They melt. They're stupid. Yet here they are, asking a vlogger for help. Which wedding camera should I buy? And I'll help you. I'll tell you exactly which one, because I know best for you.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we got a little side review before we switched to the GoPro 10 to see if that could be the ultimate studio camera, but Case sent me, they have a new Black Pro mist filter. I figure we can't really do a whole video on it, so we'll just show you what it does during this better video. So here's a regular Black Pro mist filter. Next to me is a blurry, out-of-focused piece of donkey shit. He has a Black Pro mist filter and his camera wasn't too pleased about it, but I, on the other hand, have a Case filter that is similar but better in every way known to man. Does it look identical? Is there any difference? But here we have a magnetic version of it. And I gotta be honest with you, the magnet, it's nice if you plan on doing nothing else with it, because the magnet part doesn't have threads. So you can only use magnetic things, and if I'm being another honest with you, the writing, yeah, like you're gonna focus on that. The writing's on the inside of like the filter size and what this actually is. So once you're on, you have no idea what filter you have until you take it off and say, what was this? Oh yeah, Black Mist, 1/4 strength, 67mm, by Case, down below. So the Case filter will be on for the rest of the video until we switch to the GoPro. Maybe I'll even use it then somehow. I will. John Drummond. Good long time, thank you so much. Every video he leaves a comment, even on my other channel sometimes. I think he's sick of my shit over there, because I make fun of certain diseases that may or may not exist, but I have no compassion. Your gear recommendation videos are hilarious and occasionally helpful. And every comment, it's always a little stab. There's always a little, you could have done this better, by the way. Yeah. I feel it. I'll give it a shot. I'm a loser photographer who does videos about nature photography. I shoot stills with an R5 and use an R6 for video. You couldn't need anything better, so you better not be asking for better stuff. Mounted on a tripod. For my occasional walking vlog segments, I use a Hero 8 with Media Mod and Rode Wireless Go. Enjoy thyroid aids. Hope it doesn't happen to you. I know. See, he knows. He knows he's killing himself slowly. I've not lost any GoPro footage, but the audio had failed several times, and I just don't love the video look. Can you recommend either another action cam or a small mirrorless system for my mobile vlog segments? Must be very portable, stabilized, good image, reliable autofocus. Just the perfect camera all across the board. All right, listen, buddy. You have the best solutions. How come you're not just using the R6 with the 16mm Tony 2.8? Boom. If it was me, I wouldn't have both. I would have the R5 doing my nature stuff. Actually, then you'd have to switch lenses to the vlog thing. I see it. So you get the little Ulanzi backpack clip, R6 with the 16mm 2.8 right there. And then you're doing nature stuff. And then once you want to vlog, you throw that in the sand and then take this off. Don't do that. You're vlogging with that one. Don't take pictures with it. But if you really want a tiny cam, honestly, I lean the DJI Action. I love it so much. Even though it's not the best image, I have a secret filter for it now. It's not the Glimmerglass one. I have something else that changes the whole game. So next video, I think after this video, I'm going to go outside and test it out. But that is so good. Like, even though I have the Hero 10, I prefer the DJI. It's just better until I have a cage for the Hero 10, which doesn't exist right now. The DJI is just much more cinematic looking. If you go for the Pocket 2, it's nice. It just, the autofocus wasn't getting me. So I was like, and I don't like the form factor, but if you don't mind it, Pocket 2, Action 1, or Hero 10. But you have to film in 5.3K. I'm after some advice, please. I'm looking for a camera with good autofocus and low light for filming at night. It needs to have a mic input and preferably flippy screen. Budget around 1,200 euros. Thank you. Good autofocus, low light filming at night, very cheap. You piece of shit. Canon RP, 16mm Tony 2.8, done. Although remember, full frame's not always better. My Olympus Micro Four Thirds outperformed the R6 at night. I don't know why. It shouldn't have happened, but the autofocus was better. The R6 was panicking. So, I don't know. Honestly though, it doesn't really matter. Like a ZV-1, it'll look okay. Like how good does this have to look? Is it professional or is it for YouTube? Like I've filmed with the X3000 at night and it was a fun vlog. Like no one cares. Just get something, anything. Since you didn't tell me what you plan on filming, we move on from your life. Hello, Mr. Camera Conspiracies. I need advice for a camera and lens purchase. I am upgrading from a A7S Mark I, by the way. I shoot short films, music videos, commercial image films, whatever the hell those are. Image films? Just pictures? That's close to vlogs, right? No, it isn't. Should I get the FX3, A7S III, or even FX6? Do you like pixels? Do you like having all of them work at the same time? If so, I can't say I recommend Sony products. Mine's still in the shop. It's been what, 6 days? It's probably not even arrived there. And here I am on the Fuji. Thank goodness we got you. With the Black Pro Mist filter. Case sponsored. Ew, disgusting. But with the magnetic filter, was that your question? I feel like I need a cage. Why? All these people with their cages, it seems like it's the first thing everybody buys. Okay, I got the cage. Why? You just made your camera so much heavier, unless it's something that adds something missing. Like the FX3 has all these screws everywhere. There ain't a damn thing you couldn't attach to that thing. A7S III does not overheat. I've never had it to. That's a sentence. So I guess I don't need the fan. Global shutter, FX6. That doesn't even have a global shutter. You're stupid. Unless it does. Oh, don't quote me on it. With lenses, I'm torn between... What? You're looking at Tony 4 zooms and Samyang manual focus primes? You're gonna spend like $8 million on a camera and then, oh, the most important part is the lens, but I'll just get this one I found in Cinderella's house. You're so lost that it's hard to even find enough flashlights to get you out of the mess that you've created for yourself. Don't even look at Samyang. I don't care what features and how light they seem. They're dumb. They're terribly unsharp. Green, puke skin tones. Disgusting lenses. Sony lenses all the way. We have some new features coming up in the Sony lineups. I can't even talk about it right now, but they mostly only work with Sony lenses. Honestly though, I've never shot a music video or a commercial image film or a short film. I have no idea, but I have no doubt that either of those cameras you mentioned, I would probably... I want to feel that FX3 grip. Apparently it's better, and that could make all the difference. I kind of wish I had it. It looks cooler than the A7S III. I hope they send me back an FX3 as an apology for the pixel damage. So either one, fantastic. When it comes to lenses, don't go Samyang, you freak. I have no idea what focal length you need for music videos and stuff, but I would try to stick with Sony lenses. They just seem to work best. Unless you're on a gimbal, then the stave ain't gonna work right with a Sigma or a Samyang. Don't do it to yourself. Hello, Camera Conspiracy. Conspiracies. Even when you search, Camera Conspiracy comes up first. The hell's your problem, YouTube? And thanks for a lot of your work. I do have a question. Here it is. I have a Fujifilm X-T3 and a Sony ZV-1. Because ZV-1 is better for vlogging, don't lie to yourself. It kind of is. You're right. And the problem is that I don't manage to match Fuji colors with the Sony. Oh, as if you ever could. Actually, I have the solution for you. How would you do match Fujifilm's great colors with Sony A? Is it even possible? I can't read. It is possible, thanks to cinematch.com. Down below. 10%. There's no discount, sorry. But he sent it to me once and I did a little review on it, and that's what I use now. When I'm like, okay, right now we're in F-Log, hopefully. I think we are. So I just did a F-Log to Eternal LUT. That's Fuji's official LUT. I could switch it to Canon colors. Here we are. Fuji with Canon R5 colors. And I find, now that I do that on my Sony a7S III, I like the colors. I prefer them to the Fuji even. So it's like, yes, you can. He did the work. He goes through the log files, and all I do is switch S-Log3 to C-Log2 of the R5, and then Rec 709 LUT, and then the odd little exposure tweak. We're good to go. But you would have to shoot in log, which is not going to look good on the ZV-1, and he might not have that profile yet. Hi Casey, I'm planning to buy a camera. Should I go with X-T200 Fuji and a DJI Osmo Action for the 240p? Or just go with the XS10, asking for clarity? Purpose, general purpose, good camera. That doesn't tell me a whole heck of a lot. Ow. I'm surprised anybody asked me if they should get an X-T200 on this channel. I've reviewed it, and the hissy preamps are unusable. It's impossible. Like, it's not even in the ballpark of reality. Don't get it ever. If it's me, I'd be very happy with that 2 combo, DJI Osmo Action for the vlogs outside, and then sometimes maybe bringing the XS10 for a slightly more cinematic look. But both very good. I love them. DJI is very cinematic looking, especially with the filters. Ooh. All right, let's switch to the GoPro 10. Will it be better than a mirrorless? 5.3K, so it's better on paper. And I'll do native white balance, and then I'll masterfully correct it. And then switch out of it, because that's gonna fail. We have now upgraded our viewing pleasures to a GoPro superior 5.3K resolution, because that's what matters. Going the higher up resolution is better than anything else. So 5.3K, if this had 8K, it'd be so much better than the Fuji. You're a lie. So we're native white balance. This is what it looks like straight out of camera until I finally fixed it. These colors, that's something. So I finally did it, and we'll read the first question, and if I think this is bad, then we'll move on. Hey Casey, I'm looking to upgrade my current setup. Current setup is A6300 plus Sigma 30mm 1.4. Do you think that I should buy a lens with optical stabe or a new camera? Because that rolling shutter is kind of annoying for me. I hear you. Thanks for reading, and have a great day. Oh, I almost looked at the Fuji lens. Oh, what? That's one thing Sony just hasn't fixed yet. That one sensor, that 24 megapixel APS-C sensor, just jello everywhere. So even in the ZV-E10, it's like same sensor as the A6300 basically. Like that's what you're getting 8 years later, 15 years later. So I don't know, will optical stabe even do anything for that? Maybe a tiny bit, but man, just jump ship. I'm not a fan of Sony APS-C. I would jump up to the Sony A7C or something, and you could still use that lens. You could even go in crop mode, but I think the rolling shutter's better. Don't quote me on that. But it could be, and it might be. And if you get a stabilized lens, you lose all your tonne. Unlike me, who now has tonne on a GoPro, and it looks so natural that... Oh, I almost moved my head. This is the cinema. All right, just in the small chance that this color correction didn't go my way, let's just go back to natural. All right, here's just auto white balance, natural colors, and can we somehow balance the Black Pro mist of life? If that falls and shatters, my heart will shatter. The cinema's ours. Was that your question? What do you think about the Canon RF 16 to 16mm 2.8 on an R or R6 for precious vlogging? That would be the lens. If you're in the R system, I just worry. On the R, just digital stabe, you couldn't walk too heavily. You could probably just hand hold. Still, it looked pretty stable. I noticed that like Canon digital stabe's better than Sony IBIS, but just certain movements, they're not gonna have your back. So I would definitely go with R6, but then you introduce the warpy, the wobbly, So, it's a tough one. If I was in the R system though, that's the lens I would get, hands down. I don't even care how sharp or good it is. It's tiny and it's wide, and I like those odds. This was like a GoPro, but professional. So I'm getting an A60-100 for just 260 bucks with the kit lens on an offer right now. The kit, they should pay you to take that kit lens. It's the worst kit lens on the market. Never get it. Or I can get the GoPro 10 instead. What would you... 1,000% GoPro 10. It's working as a studio cam right now, better than anything you've ever seen. Huh? That's the stuff right there. It'd be so much more stable outside. Like, Sony's not the answer for vlogging, especially when they try to make a vlogging camera. It ends up being so terrible. Don't even look at it. As the GoPro now has GP2 processor and it has better image. As I watched a few reviews, it's stable no matter what. Just walking around town and talk, 100%. GoPro 10, easy. Or if you don't want to spend that money, DJI Action. And then you rig it out with the small rig, little glimmer glass on there, little secret filter coming. Wow. But yeah, I'm very happy with the GoPro 10. If Ulanzi is sending me this cage, I emailed them to ask if they're sending it to me, then I'll buy the adapter, the audio adapter, and then that might outdo the DJI, I don't know. But they're very similar still. I do think I like the GoPro. It exposes better. DJI just jumps. That's the only problem with it. It's just like you point it the one wrong direction, then you're completely dark and it's like flashes of brilliance. It's a pain in the bitch, but it's YouTube. Nobody cares. They just laugh at you. It's extra content. Free. Which 360 cam do you recommend for shooting from within or mounted on cars, on track racing or mountain pass? Other use, kayaking, boating, hiking. And what program do you recommend to edit those? I think the best 360 cam right now is still the Insta360 One X2. That's what I would go to. Like, you can get the One R whole system, but it doesn't stitch as smoothly as the One X2, although then you don't have the other mods and you can't just like GoPro style it and get the 1-inch mod. Yeah, but are they really that worth it? I don't think so. I think GoPro 10 and DJI are better than anything that the Insta360 offers because you have to stabilize in post. So every clip you have to run it through their program. It's a pain in the bitch, but if you're doing 360, you're doing that anyway. And Insta360 has a good app, the one that comes with it free. Like, it was decent, so that's what I go with. All right, last question. Hi Casey, given the fixed total budget, say $2,000 US, would you recommend one system for both indoor talking head and walking vlog? I'm considering R plus RF 16mm and 35mm. Look forward to a review on RF 16mm and digital stab on R6 out of the budget. A7 IV pushes Canon's price way down before Christmas. I lean more and more towards action cam or phone for vlogging just because it's so light and often have much better features, way better slow-mo. Like, Canon R anything ain't going with 4K 120p that you could actually edit. This 4K 120p, no problem. The 5.3K edits like a breeze, but Canon like 1080p 10-bit files are like, what? Chugging like a train. And not that I have any secret knowledge on the matter, but the Sony A7 IV, if it's going to be called that, it ain't pushing any budget down anywhere. No budget's moving on that one. But you're on the right path with that system. I like the odds on that one. 16mm outside for vlogging, then the 35mm 1.8 in here. Beautiful shot. Like, you could totally run a whole studio on it. Will this overheat? 7 minutes in, we ain't heating nothing. I'm cold. I might put on a sweater. Take that, GoPro. Super reliable so far. Battery, 1% left. We started at 90%. But isn't that a pretty pleasing image for a GoPro? It could be. We got some light Black Pro mist on there. Unless you switch to 4K. Let me just show you something. 4K over sharpened on high plus removing this filter. Watch what happens. Send help. I don't understand why the 5.3K is like all super nice looking and cinematic, and then you get the 4K and it's just like over sharpened to hell. It's bad. And just side note, those bottom little, ow, those are hot. Those little metal fingers, little legs down there dancing like a storm. I'm gonna leave. I helped you a lot. Ow. That really does get hot. The camera didn't stop though. Super reliable so far. Haven't lost one file. Not bad, GoPro. You fixed things. I have a chair. I found a rocking chair on the street. It's broken. But I'll fix it. Like I fixed your problems today. I'm gonna go after you buy a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Some people subscribe to the channel. Or you're not.